As I'm searching here, I'm looking for sprinklers that are not needed so we can get them in a better place. We want to make a sprinkler system as easy as possible to operate. Limited sprinklers at the fewest we can and get the optimal coverage where we need that. Good morning. We're in Brandon, Florida. I'm going to go through an optimizing a sprinkler system here in Brandon, Florida. Go ahead and go to zone 1, please. Good morning. So zone 1 came up. We have a sprinkler over there, sprinkler here, another sprinkler there. We recently fixed this problem here. They had some wiring issues on their valves. There was 3 valves that were down, but looking at this system, the setup, the way they had it was kind of unusual because this zone runs three sprinklers only. So far I don't see anything to adjust here. Just kind of odd that it only has 3 sprinklers, 3 rotary sprinklers. Zone 2 is coming up. You see how slow it takes to shut off? That means that valve is about to go bad too. That's a good sign showing that the pressure is going down. When the valve opens and closes, so like closes and opens, and there's a flapper inside, like a diaphragm. That diaphragm hardens and it doesn't allow the water, it doesn't shut off the valve, and that's why it takes a little bit of time for that sprinkler to shut down. There's one sprinkler over there, here. They're intersecting just the right size. That one in the center is doing 360, covering with this one here. But you have 2, 4, 6 sprinklers on this zone. 7 sprinklers. These are fine, there's no leaks. I usually try to walk on the close by, the ones that are in the edges, because there's always a car passing by. But I don't see any damage at all. You would see like a stream coming down the road, and the sprinklers seem fine. That one has a small one, but it's not bad at all. All right, go to the next zone, please.
Number 3 is on.
So this one is coming down. You see how it just takes a little bit of time to shut off. Better than the first one. We're still good. But as I was saying, we were working on this system before we started. We didn't have a chance to do an evaluation because we were getting there was some valves that were not working in the backyard, and then there was some wiring issues, and then we also installed a new controller. So now the system is working. The heart of the system is working pretty good, but just some of these, we didn't replace all valves, so there's some valves that are still going to run for another 6 months or another couple of years. They have good coverage here. There's good coverage. I wouldn't try to move that much things here. There's a sprinkler here, sprinkler there, which is pretty good. As I'm searching here, I'm looking for sprinklers that are not needed so we can get them in a better place. See, for instance, this one here, I can relocate that sprinkler that's right behind that bush and put it here. All these bushes over there in the back, they're getting coverage from that one there, and it's reaching all the way to the back. This one here, the ones in the center, that one would be better off in a different place. I would cap that one off. That's back there. So I'll do that. So you see, I marked these are recommendations that I'm making here. There's the other sprinkler in the back over there. with this glare of the sun, you can't see it very clear, but I put the sprinkler here. There's a sprinkler. I want to relocate it here.
Pursuant on.
And then I want to cap that one in the back. I think we were on zone 3.
Number 3 is on.
So there's number 3 coming back on. It has the low pressure because of that other zone. Even though she's on zone 3, it takes a little bit of time for that other zone to shut off. That's why we had the low pressure there. But it's coming back up. So I made a recommendation on this zone 3, cap off 1 sprinkler. We've eliminated 1 there. See up here, see what else we come up with. Go to the next zone, please, zone 4.
Number 4 is on.
Zone 4 is coming up in the front. I'm just walking you through my everyday inspections I do here. We want to make it a sprinkler system as easy as possible to operate. Limited sprinklers at the fewest we can and get the optimal coverage where we need the coverage on the turf grass. This whole section is getting completely covered, which is fine. The only recommendation I would do is probably that, see there's a rotary over there, and it's by that tree. It's scary when it's around the tree. We always try to relocate those sprinklers away from the tree because what's going to happen is going to just mess up that sprinkler eventually, and plus it's not even installed right. So I would recommend it. I think something's already happening to it because there's like low pressure here. You can see that sprinkler over there. It's got really good pressure, and then this one, it's not coming up all the way. That means that something's going on underneath this pipe. So we need to move this sprinkler or find a line that's feeding into the tree, and I would put it as far as I can from that tree, about there. On this zone, do a recommendation. Relocate 1 sprinkler away from a tree 15 feet. And go to the next zone, please. You see how low pressure it has just right there? That tree might be hugging that sprinkler piping, PVC pipe. Because the way you can determine if something's going on with that pipe underground is by the pressure. You can see this sprinkler was over here on this side. We had really good pressure, and all the other ones around this zone, on zone 4. Oh, lucky us. Now that I've discovered this sprinkler here, is covering this section here, he gets a lucky 2 sprinklers capped off on zone 3. Things change as you make progress through these sprinklers. Let me see. So zone 3, instead of relocating a sprinkler, cap off 2 sprinklers, all right? I'm checking the one you just turned on. I'm just giving you some changes I saw. So we're coming down here, and there's rotary there, which is fine. Perfect rotary there. Coverage there. You see this? This is you have these pop-ups there. Don't make any sense. I don't understand why, but we'll see what we can do with this sprinkler here. I can have it fan in there and cap all these guys. You see the other one over there? I can have that one fan this way too. Just by an adjustment and capping these guys here. All of them. There's no need for them. If it doesn't make sense, why do it? There you go. That one could go down this way and get the coverage there before it hits the screen enclosure. Okay, I didn't find anything on this zone. Go to the next zone, please. So when I
Number
see this
6
zone,
is on.
when I see this zone come up, I'm gonna make recommendations to cap all those guys up. Number 6 is this backyard. There's a pretty sprinkler coming up over there in the far end. That's an unusual setup. That sprinkler is not needed there. You know, by having that sprinkler, the difference is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sprinklers. You're wasting on water pressure trying to keep all these sprinklers up. There's 10 sprinklers on this zone. Too many. We need to eliminate that one. That one's good because it's getting coverage over here, but it needs to be installed correctly. You see the one back there in the bush? That needs to be relocated. But this easiest thing right here to do is eliminate that one and that one. 2 pop-ups. And this pressure for this sprinkler here will come all the way through here. So that was zone 6 here. Cap that one off. Cap that one off. It's a recommendation. There's a sprinkler inside that, more like inside that. These palm trees are, I'm recommending it to be relocated about 3 feet away from there. And so with us eliminating 2 sprinklers, we'll get pressure back into that sprinkler there. I think they were trying to do something here. And then there's a rotary on this side that can reach all the way out here too. There's no need for that sprinkler. You're losing pressure on everything else. This is zone 7. This is the zone we just worked on, so it's working fine. I was able to check that one. All right, go to zone 8, please.
Number 8 is on. We don't have nothing in number 7.
No, we don't have nothing on number 7. So this is where we're going to cap our sprinklers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. 6 sprinklers. 6 and 7 back there. 8. Recommendations: cap off 8 sprinklers. This right here, there's a sprinkler back there. I'll just leave it there so we can get the coverage in there. But I remember seeing some sprinklers here that can fan into all this section, even here. So there's no need to keep those sprinklers there. Go to the next zone, please. It's for recommendations.
9 on.
All right, 9 is coming on. So I remember something was coming up in here. There they are. They're coming on, these rotaries. There's the bat. There's the one. You see this one can fan in there into this area, which will work perfectly fine. There's another one over there. And they can come all the way back here too. To make this more efficient, I would probably recommend to relocate this one here just slightly over, so we can utilize its coverage and eliminate these 8 sprinklers, so that way we can get the coverage better in here in this area. So I'll put it right there. using the existing sprinkler system. You know, later on when they want to do that zone that we're capping off all the sprinklers, they can do a dedicated drip line zone. And when you install drip line installed correctly, you don't have problems with it being torn or with leaks. If it's installed properly, you will. But you just want to have two straight strips going along each side of the plant on the front and back. Not all that mess with loops and snaking all the drip line everywhere, and just gets everywhere, and it's hard to avoid when you're digging around it. But if you have like a pattern where you install this drip line, it works very, very well. I recommend to relocate one sprinkler 3 feet. That's it to get this coverage here. This one's fine. I rather don't want to add any more cost to it. That sprinkler behind there, they probably can get it in a better. Well, let me check it out, see if it's lining into the. As this grows, it's going to be hard for it to get this area eventually, and it's going to become a problem in the future, especially in the dry season. See, it's not going to get coverage here. So my recommendation is to prevent it. On zone I, there's going to be 2 recommendations. Relocate 2 sprinklers 3 feet. So here's the other zone. This is a zone that we fixed as well, and it's working perfectly fine. They haven't been running it because you can see there's dry spots in that area. It wasn't running for a while. They were just trying to get dry spots. That's the reason they called us. But they had a different irrigation company working here, and they weren't able to determine what it was or what was going on. They just worked on it a little bit and disappeared on them. Or they just got too busy. Either case. It happens to all of us. All right. Go to the next zone. There's no recommendations or repairs on this one.
Number 11 is on.
Number 11 is drip line. That's another one we repaired. We have a stuck valve, zone 10. It's still on. So we're gonna check what's going on with zone 10, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back on with, after I checked. This is an immediate repair. This zone 10, is staying stuck open. So we have to replace the valve on that. We didn't work on that zone. That was not one of the zones we worked on. We didn't work on all the valves, but you can see the pressure is good on 11. Go to the next zone, please. That's 11, right? So zone 11 was drip line. Are these 2 valves that we are here in the front? We wired them back up. There was a back connection here, but the drip line was coming on. So that's the drip line. Go to the next zone.
Number 12.
That was the other section of the drip line over here. There's two sections of this. This two valves controls two sections of drip line. Here's the other drip line. So we can see it's dripping water. So everything's good. We went through all the zones here. I found some relocating some valves, some rotaries from that tree over there, and then capping off, it was like 10 or 9 sprinklers in the backyard. And then we had to also immediate repairs the valve on zone 10. But this is what we go through on a daily basis. Of course, this wasn't too bad, this system here. We usually see so much worse every day. Just the way just by having someone inspect the systems and that they don't know how to, improve the pattern or remove redundant sprinklers that you don't need.